There are real estate investors, there are real estate agents. Rarely do the two come together. There is a place, though, where the real estate agents are real estate investors, and they thrive at One Realty Corp. I've got Greg Brady here with us, the founder, to share some thoughts on how this came to be and why it's a special place for real estate agents who are also real estate investors. What was the genesis? How did you come up with this idea of housing 40 real estate agents who are active real estate investors?
The way it transpired was I took inspiration from when I was an agent, and I looked at what I liked and didn't like. And as an investor myself, I call us hybrids. We're a hybrid investor who happen to have real estate licenses. So we don't necessarily put people in our car and show them houses, although we can do that, of course. I myself was flipping houses as well as having a license, and I found it very beneficial. One of the biggest questions on biggerpocket.com, should I get a license? I'm an investor. And I always say yes whenever I'm logged on there because it's benefited me. If nothing else, you buy a house, you fix it, you sell it, you don't have to pay another realtor retail commission, correct? So you keep that 3% for yourself on the sell side, on the listing side. So I looked at everything I didn't like about being an agent, and I kind of fixed it when I became the broker of One Realty Corp.
Interesting. So knowing you've got 20 to 40 active real estate investors all holding their license, working, do they work collaboratively? Do they work competitively? How do they play together?
So I'm Papa Greg because I'm the broker. And I don't invite anybody into my family unless they understand it's a family. So we absolutely cooperate and give each other deals. And every now and then I'll have a lunch at a sushi place or something and get what I call the core group together who are super active, like Henry you've had on the program, Travis Simpson, John Denise, Merrill Bryan, Jim Michler, the guys who are actually out there doing this for a living every day, which is different from an investor who does one or two houses a year.
Right.
And of course we have some of those too, just like the REIF and REIM groups have that also. There's different levels of experience. So I take the core guys, get them together, and we feed each other deals. And I'm looking for land, I have a builder, and we try to make it something that benefits everybody, win-win.
Most of the people who are working with you, did they start as investors and get a license, or did they start as licensed agents who morphed to becoming also investors?
I'd say it's about 50-50 actually. Now that I'm actively recruiting, when I started the company in 2016, it was me and 6 of my goofy friends, guys I go way back with. And once again, I wanted to be the broker for them. I always wished I had. And then when I started actually recruiting and building, it's mostly investors who are thinking about getting a license now. People I meet at Yellowbird, people I meet at the REIF group, they come up, they're investors, and they say, I'm thinking about getting my license. So I'd say in the last 2 years, it's mostly been investors getting their license. In the beginning, it was licensees who also are investors or wanted to be investors and became them by being around a group that's doing it actively.
Do you see one path is more successful than the other? Just curious?
Well, you make more money on the investment side. Typically, if you do a wholesale deal, you'll make $5-10 grand. I've paid wholesalers $25,000 for the right house. As long as the numbers work, I didn't care. So wholesaling and investing, flipping 40, 60, 80,000 on a house, it's a lot more lucrative than 3% commission. So I see them as adding to each other and combining with each other, not necessarily one or the other, but yeah, you're going to make more money in general as an investor than you will as a realtor. You
see much activity within your group in multifamily housing?
Yeah, well, that's sort of ninja level. So guys like Henry, who you've had on the program before, he's getting into multifamily right now. There's sort of a progression where you start out wholesaling, you find a deal, then you wholesale enough to have some money, so now you've got skin in the game and can get a private lender and flip a house. Then you flip and flip and flip and say, wait a minute, this is a job. If I stop flipping, I have no money. So you buy and hold and become a landlord of some sort, short-term rentals or Section 8 or just straight, I'll rent you my house for $1,200 a month. Then you've got 10, 20 properties as a landlord, and you say, well, how do I put this money that's accumulating every month in the bank? I have wealth now. What do I do with it? So private lending or commercial storage is a great place to put money, storage units, multifamily, motels. there's many opportunities for you to invest your money once you've amassed it.
Right.
So guys who are higher up the food chain are definitely getting into multifamily.
Multifamily. So for that real estate agent who's thinking, I'd like to learn to be an investor and capitalize on my license that way, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
www. Almost doesn't even need to say it. One spelt out ONE Realty Corp, C-O-R-P like corporation.com.
OneRealtyCorp.com. I want to thank Greg for spending time with us. I've had a lot of offline conversations with Greg. Fascinating guy, knows the business, and is really a student of finding where you are in your real estate investing career or your real estate sales career and melding them into that hybrid that can really be enjoyable and quite lucrative.